So you recently came across a classic case of hot tooth, which is again a very common in a clinical practice. So after INB and intraligamentary injection, the patient still pain. In your experience, which method works the best in such cases? Okay, it's a very, very good question. And it's a very important clinical scenario actually. And I think whoever is spending time in the clinics, they will definitely see such kinds of cases. So basically a hot tooth it's a severe form of acute irreversible pulpitis. Severe form. So acute irreversible pulpitis, it's a very painful tooth. Patient comes with a severe pain. So it's a most severe form of acute irreversible pulpitis where patient actually cannot tolerate the pain. It's so painful. The patient will normally give you a pain scale of 10. They sometimes come with an ice pack on the face. When they're putting an ice pack, they feel a little better. So these are the common, situation when the patient comes with an ice pack, or they're saying that the whole night I couldn't sleep. It was so painful. I took so many tablets. So there was no relief of pain. So this is a common, scenario how the patient will come to your practice. So what I was saying is you need to know a little bit about a hot tooth and you need to explain your patient. Normally I explain the patient in such a language only. I tell them, what is the scenario, what is the situation. And I tell them, even after giving a local anesthetic, there is a chances that, you might still feel a slight discomfort. So when I say these things, patients psychologically understand, what my doctor is saying. So they are more mentally prepared. Okay, rather than not telling anything, giving an LA and it's still having pain, patient will perceive that my doctor doesn't know how to give LA. So that's the reason of communication. You need to tell your patient, tell each and everything. So what you need to know is our tetrodotoxin sensitive channels are converted into tetrodotoxin resistant channels. So when there's a lot of inflammation inside the pulp chamber, this inflammatory receptor, because of inflammation, these receptors are converted into resistant channels. So that is the reason your local anesthetic molecule, which is similar to your tetrodotoxin, are not able to bind to the receptors and the patient is still having pain. So that is the science behind it. Very simple. Now, how you have to manage is, it's a very, again, I said, first is the communication. You need to tell each and everything to your patient. What I do is, if it's a very severe pain, I tell them to take one painkiller tablet. You can, if you know the patient before, you can even tell the patient to take 1 hour before. So ideally it is 1 hour before, but if you don't have time, you can actually give it there only and wait for like maybe 15-20 minutes or half an hour and then call inside the operatory. Okay, so the patient has taken one tablet, that's fine. So what I do, I have explained, I'm ready for my treatment. So I give INB. I give INB very slowly. That's for all my cases. I never do it in rush. Take your time and do it. Take your time. Now, which local anesthetic I use it? I will tell you the research, I will tell you the evidence, and I will tell you the way I do it. I use articaine. Many times I use articaine, not your lidocaine or lignocaine or lidocaine, whatever you say. 2% lidocaine, I don't use it. I use articaine, which is 4%. I do it very slowly, following all the landmarks, following all the protocol, do it very slowly. Then I give a buccal infiltration using articaine. So my question comes, if I'm using a lidocaine as a INB, please give articaine as a buccal infiltration. Don't give lidocaine as an infiltration. It has been proven in research. You can actually Google and you will get the answer. If you're using an articaine, the same articaine actually you can use as an infiltration. Okay, so I have given INB very slowly. I have given a buccal infiltration. After that, I will ask my patient how you're feeling now. Are you feeling numb or no? I can actually use a sharp probe and just try to mingle around that and see whether they're getting some response or not. Okay. After doing this, I normally wait for at least 15 minutes. This is the mistake which everybody does. They want to give an INB and they want to immediately start the treatment. Don't do that. Let your local anesthetic molecule, let local anesthetic work for you. So it needs some time. I give them 15 minutes. It's okay. Let them be in your chair. If you are a very busy practitioner, you can ask them to wait outside. I'm okay because all my patients are appointment basis. So I'm okay. I give them time, let them be on the dental chair. It's okay. Let them wait for 15 minutes. No issues. Play a good music, nice music, relax. Don't touch it. After that, I will just see for the response, how is it working or not. If you want, if suppose you have started the case now, sometimes, you can actually start excess cavity without rubber dam. You can do that, just see for the response. Now, suppose patient is still having that pain the moment you start drilling, just stop it. Try giving intraligamentary. Okay, you can give intraligamentary, or what I do is I try intraligamentary. I even give on the lingual side, on the lingual side, distal to that tooth whichever I'm working, I give another infiltration to have little bit of anesthesia on the mylohyoid nerve. There's a mylohyoid nerve branches which are coming. Sometimes that mylohyoid nerve branches are actually innervating the tooth. So to anesthetize mylohyoid nerve, I do that also. So I have given a painkiller. I have given a nice IANB infiltration. I waited for 15 minutes. I gave intraligamentary. I gave mylohyoid. Now I'm starting the case. Okay, and the patient still feels slight discomfort. I'll tell them, if you can bear it, let me continue. If no, the moment you open the chamber, give intrapulpal. Okay, so this is what I do. I many times in my cases I do intrapulpal. Okay, so basically, the moment you have an opening, you have opened the pulp chamber, I put my needle inside. I make sure the needle is binding inside, and I talk to my patient and tell them you might feel slight pressure or pain for 1 second, and immediately with the pressure I give that. That's it, done. So this is what I follow, and touch wood, it works for me. Okay, very rarely I'll say when things are not working for you, but most of the time if you follow this protocol, it will work for you. Do it slowly, no rush. Take your time, understand. And suppose you are rushing or you are still nervous, you are not confident, you have done the excess cavity, you still need more time, but you don't have time, at least remove the pulp tissue from your distal canal. Suppose it's a lower tooth, remove it from the distal canal. And what I do is I put some leather mix, I give a close dressing, recall the patient after 4-5 days. Don't call immediately tomorrow and all that. 3-4 days, give rest. Tell the patient again when they're coming to the OU, take 1 tablet before they're coming to you and then start again. So there are few small things you can do it and you will be fine. There's no issues.